Welcome back to your channel. My name is Brad, and today we're going to go over Brad's favorite ETFs, where their calls are, as of today being January 2nd. GIAX wrote their first call on the RUT, RUT. You can see that the RUT is currently down, and you can see how far away that they are. It will take a major change for the RUT to go back up to get above. But right now, the RUT is going down, and it's probably a good call. These expire on the 6th, so they have a couple more days. The second one was on SPX, and currently SPX is down, and you can see that they have a little bit of gap. Again, this is between now and January 6th. So if the underlyings actually go up and the SPX goes down, then we're winning. One of the two. And if it stays below, we win anyway. So there you go. You still get your percentage in gains, depending on where the market is headed. SpyTe rolls their calls at the beginning of every month. You can see where they wrote them. Now, they always have about 25% extra in the fund. So even if they go through these strikes, you still get 25% worth of being able to capture the upside. So don't think that they wrote these too close to the index. Right now, we're just in a little bit of a downturn. We're hitting support, and we're going to see something happen over the next few weeks because we don't know where things are going. They won't roll these again until the beginning of February. So we have to live with these strikes for a period of time. QQQI, on the other hand, you can see it's going down. And always remember, you're now seeing it break the 50-day moving average. That's what it's doing. That's the green line. The first top green line is the 50-day moving average, and you can see it now breaking it. You can see where they wrote their calls. Again, they write their calls on about 75% of the portfolio. So they still have 25% worth of upside, even if it hits or touches those strikes. IWMI, you can see where they wrote their calls. They wrote them pretty high. Again, I don't think we're going to see IWMI move until later in the month, until we actually have somebody sitting in the office. Don't expect too much movement on IWMI over the next few weeks. And because, again, they wrote 75%, we still have upside potential, even if it does those two strikes. BTCI. Well, there you go. The first strike is pretty high, and the next strike is even higher. So we have lots of room with BTCI to the upside, and we'll get that 25-27% distribution, and we still hold 25% in Bitcoin. So you're going to see the price movement. Again, they roll their calls at the beginning of the month, so we're going to have to live with this until the beginning of February. But right now, they wrote it on the index, and we're sitting there going, we are in good shape with lots of room to run, and hopefully Bitcoin goes up. NUSI, on the other hand, NUSI's that fund that I just don't know about. And the reason being is the green calls are where they sold and the call, the other one's a bought put, the other one is a bought put. They don't get that protection until the orange line. So you can see how far down the actual exchange has to drop before you actually get the protection. So that's the reason why I don't think it's worth the extra discount, or it's not going to be worth the money that you're losing to get the protection. That's an income. Now, total returns, NUSI actually beats QQQI. So you got to take your poison. Do you want total returns, or do you want protection, or do you want the maximum premiums? I'm going to go with the maximum premiums. That's the way that I am comfortable with my portfolio. But you may choose to buy NUSI because you want that big downside protection. And last but not least is SpyTe. SpyTe is different. They write their calls every single day. So every night, they will write the call overnight, and you will see they be right at the money with the call, and they expect it to go up. So the first one is the call that they sold. The second one is the call that they bought. So as long as they stay below the first line, we win. If it goes above, we want it to go above the second line, and we win. This is that roulette wheel. So below the first line, we win. Above the second line, we win. In between, not so good for us. But that's betting on green or betting on red or betting on black. We have black and we have red. So we have both sides of the table. We're only missing a couple little spots. I'm going to take this because this is going to pay me 20%. So I'll take that little hit in between. And normally the movements through the day are big enough to either go to the plus side or stay below their strikes. So at the end of the day, these are what they wrote. SpyTe writes them on a daily basis. Everybody else writes them on a monthly basis. And GIAX currently wrote them a couple days out, but they'll roll them on Monday for the next week, and we'll see how they play out. Right now, everything is in the red, and I'm not worried, and neither should you. So until next time, God bless.